You ready? You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Real Pineapple. This is your humble host Hunter here. Hope you're safe. I hope you're well. I've got a review for The Stoic, which is written and directed by first-time feature director John Eckersley, who you're going to know from doing a couple shorts, including The Interlopers, Commune, and A Play for Tears. So, this film, I really like this film a lot because it's a very simple concept. This group of mercenaries go ahead and they are in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of like country of London, middle of nowhere. They are this incredibly elite, efficient group of people, and they go ahead and they pull off this drug raid. And oh yeah, did I forget to mention that they went ahead and they kidnapped 2 women as well? So they're doing the whole human trafficking as well. And that's where, because of that action in particular, it goes ahead and it gets them the attention, the very unwanted attention of the Stoic, who is this man played by Scott Wright, who you know from A Life Like Mine, Wings, and Coronation Street. But they go ahead and they raise his ire, and he goes ahead and tries to go ahead and take them down. So what I really enjoy about this film, it's a very atmospheric film. Lots of great scenes at night. A lot of great stuff at night that's shot. Also the score. The score in here, fucking fantastic. Does a great job of setting the very gothic tones as far as the darkness that we know is incoming due to the Stoic potentially being around the corner. Also, the kills in this. Every kill in this feels unique. It feels different. It's set up differently from an atmosphere perspective. Really dug that. So you can actually pinpoint the kills as far as, you know, which one might be your potential favorite. I will say for me, there's a kill involving a road flare, and that's all I'm gonna say. But that in particular, it's shot at night, and the way that Eckersley goes ahead and shoots that scene in particular, it's probably my favorite scene in the film. The other thing that I was really happy about, because this can obviously always kind of, you know, fall apart from this sense, is, oh gosh, I had their names here. Sophia and Mia, who are played by Anka Evans and Mia Vore, respectively. They play the two women who end up being kidnapped. And what I loved about them is that even though they're kidnapped, even though they're in this really shitty position, this really shitty situation, they never come across as like damsels in distress, thankfully. Which is something that, just from a writing perspective, props to Eckersley for that, because, you know, other directors have often fallen to that trap, and he completely avoids it. These women are leaning on each other. They feel strong when they do go ahead and actually interact with the Stoic. The Stoic clearly recognizes their strength, and it never feels like he's there to save them in that sense. Like, even though he is, it really feels like these women, even without him, eventually would have figured it out themselves, which is something I really like. I do wish we would have gotten a little more time with each member of the gang, but what I really enjoyed about their partnership, early on especially, we're introduced to Carol Holt, who plays Mother in this. You know her from Surge, Framed, The Gold, to name a few. But she is kind of almost like the I'm blanking on the Ian McShane, that guy from the John Wick films. He's that character. She's very much kind of that person, and the film does a good job of establishing continuity, but also leaving some breadcrumbs potentially for a sequel down the road, because it definitely feels like this one Stoic, like, He's clearly like, they talk about the fact he's from an ancient clan of smugglers. It's a very interesting concept to think about how far that network runs. Like, I mean, that could be a thing that, you know, a sequel takes us out of London potentially, which would be really interesting. But there's some really good breadcrumbs that they go ahead and leave you if you're paying attention that I really like, and I hope that Eckersley gets a chance to go ahead and follow up on those. What I love about this movie is it's almost like an Arkham, like a Arkham Asylum or Arkham City, in the sense of these henchmen are so cocky. They're so goddamn cocky. They're so like, oh man, we're fine. We don't have to worry about anyone. Fuck this guy. And as the kills start to mount up, and as he starts to go in and get closer, and those walls start to close in, the Eckersley does a good job in this sense of using that as a point for us to get to know these characters better, their insecurities, you know, where they come from, why they're doing this. It's that part is very interesting to me. I just wish we would have gotten it a little earlier, and we would have had, you know, a little more from jump. But I think you do get enough there by the end of the film. As far as the ending, really like the ending to this. Again, I don't want to obviously, you know, spoil anything. Anytime someone is getting tortured in this movie, and there are a couple torture scenes. There's a scene where someone gets two of their fingers broken, and I legit like yelped at that. I was like, "Oh Jesus, don't do that!" I love. There's one kill. Small spoiler, but the Stoic goes ahead and does kill this one guy. And the guy is like, you know, like, why are you killing us? Like, why are you doing this? And he flat out goes like, you know, you Westerners, you know, it's always about you. It's never about anyone else. It's always about your problems, your insecurities. Like, you know, these women were just trying to live their lives, and you just couldn't, like, it wasn't enough to steal drugs. Like, you guys just had to be assholes. And sometimes it really is just that simple. Like, you just had to be a fucking douche about this. And I appreciate that. I actually appreciate that it's that sometimes it is straight up that simple. Like, you're being an asshole and I need to kill you because of this. But these men are fucking monsters, and they're very, like, nonplussed about it. They're very, like, they're honestly proud of how shitty they are. And so as things start to break down, it's like, yeah, you guys deserve all this smoke. You guys fucking suck. So I was really happy to see them see them get the smoke. As I mentioned, there are some kills in here that are just like, god damn. Especially as the film goes on. That's something that Eckersley does a really great job of, is that the kills feel like they ramp up as the tension mounts and as the walls close in. So I had a lot of fun with this. I would definitely check this out. If I had seen this in a theater, especially at like a matinee, I would have been like, yeah, that was well worth my money and time. So yeah, this is a solid B for me. I really enjoyed this. I was actually watching this on my phone, because normally I would have a lot more notes, but Milo was sleeping in my lap and I didn't want to disturb him. So I only got about halfway through the film as far as note taking, but just remembering, you know, the rest of it. But I really dug this. There is also one point, one of my favorite lines from the film: circumstances change and people react, but people can't change. It's like, wow. And one of the things that they do a good job of as far as the Stoic is you get that exposition scene where they go ahead and they fill in some of the mythology. They tell you, like, this is a guy you don't want to fuck with. And, you know, you could have 12 people. You could have 12 people to try and take this guy down, and it probably won't fucking matter. But similar to John Wick, he gives them a chance. That's something that I really appreciate about the Stoic, is that he gives them a chance to take the off-ramp. Just, you know, like, stop being assholes. Like, you can leave now, and we'd be good. Like let these women go, and we'd be golden. But these guys are too cocky, and it's you know, pride cometh before a fall. Like, it's a phrase for a fucking reason. So I really enjoyed this though. So yeah, definitely check this out where you can. It should be in theaters or VOD here very soon by the time you listen to this. So, but yeah, check this out. I really enjoyed this. So yeah, solid B for the Stoic. But yeah, the Stoic, have y'all seen it? If you have, let me know what you thought about it. Would love to hear your thoughts. Go ahead and follow yours truly on YouTube. You can find me there at The Real Pineapple. That's REEL Pineapple. Go ahead and follow me on Blue Sky at realpineapple.bsky.social. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and the Twitter at jhunterrealpineapple. That's jhunter and then REEL and then pineapple. And you can follow me on Letterboxd at Black Shazam. You can follow the show on Twitch at twitch.tv/therealpineapple. And go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. You can pretty much listen to the pod wherever you listen to your podcast. SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, TuneUp, and Samsung Podcasts at The Real Pineapple. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. We're going to have more reviews coming down the pipeline soon. Like I said, follow me on YouTube and on Twitch especially, because I will be doing Twitch streams. Leading going all the way through Halloween, going into November, but I'm gonna be streaming Resident Evil 4 for the rest of October, so I'm excited to bring some streams to y'all. Do not judge me for the yelling and screaming I will be doing, but thank you so much for listening, everyone. Please stay safe out there. Please just take care of each other. Give someone a hug. I know there's a lot going on in the world, everyone, but we're gonna be okay. But never forget, as always, to keep it real.